tuned. Dismiss.
Always watching.
Shelby Township Youth Police Academy, it's a 10-day program, 2 weeks, Monday through Friday. It's just to bring kids together, build our relationship with the community, and let kids, 5th and 6th grade kids from the township that reside in the township, give them a chance to see what the police officers in their township do on a daily basis.
This is how every police car is set up, basically, okay?
I just think this program is very important with the community, especially nowadays, the way things have been going. And I know this has been a big priority for Chief Shalide.
It gives us a way to connect with our younger community members. Shows them we care. We want involvement with them, and I think it's our way of reaching out to them and doing something special for them. The parents know they trust us, and the kids are learning more and more about law enforcement, learning that we're the good guys and we're here to help, and it's something I hope stays with them forever.
We have start off the day usually at 8 o'clock, and we go through a little bit of marching and drill. After that, we do physical training, which consists of jumping jacks, stretching, obviously, before we do physical training. We do burpees, and we also incorporate a run into the physical training. When we first started on the first day, I'd say we ran maybe 3/4 of a mile, but by the end of the academy, we will be running a mile, at least a mile, maybe a little bit over a mile. And we try to stress to the kids here the importance of physical fitness and eating healthy.
And then use that single bar and push forward. Awesome.
So what we did, we developed a mock crime as a big component of this Youth Police Academy. The way the crime worked was we were at the senior center is where the academy is being held, and we had one of our cadets come in and rob the senior center and take the money till, and then he fled on foot. So what we did, we had our evidence technician, Al O'Neill. He came here, spent several days here.
That will eventually turn into a shoe casting.
And we went over various components of how you would solve the crime and actually how the police department would go about solving a crime like this. So we developed surveillance video from the senior center, which shows the suspect leaving the scene. And then we also had various types of evidence, which we developed as well. We did shoe castings where the suspect walked into wet sand, and we were able to develop some footprints off there. We also did DNA, collected DNA off of water bottle that the suspect had. Also recovered some blood, which helped with DNA matching. And we also did fingerprinting. We recovered some evidence which had fingerprinting. So at the end of the day, we put all that together. And by the end of the academy, each squad, which we have 3 different squads, are going to be able to put all that evidence together and try to figure out who the suspect is. And that'll ultimately come down with, we do a traffic stop on the vehicle where the suspect's at, and he will be taken into custody, just like we would in the real world.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, stay in the car. We'll be right back, stay in the car. And you kind of want to do one of these, where your head's looking this way, other way. Yep, perfect. So that you can see both ways, because you don't want to get hit by a car, and you don't want him to hurt you from behind.
What I've noticed with the kids over the last 2 weeks, when we all got here on day one, it was very quiet. All the kids were a little bit nervous, and like I said, myself too, I was nervous leading up to this. I wanted everything to run smoothly. Day one, the kids were nervous. As the time goes on, now you can see there's a lot of friendships were made. They're talking amongst each other, they're enjoying themselves during breaks, they're eating lunch with each other, so that's huge. They're making great friends here, and hopefully a lifetime of memories as well.
I've never actually solved a case. This is my first time. But I know when you're trying to solve a case, you need a leader or someone to help and organize. So I always try to stay organized and help people when they need it. And that's what I always try to do in life.
What else?
On here, he Googled how to rob a bank.
So a laptop, good point. Laptop with Google search open.
I really find the CSI stuff interesting. I like gathering fingerprints and I like swabbing for DNA.
I thought it was interesting, and what I was most interested in was the canines and how they could track like a certain scent, how good their smell was.
We had our dogs, Canine Morpheus and Canine Nico out here with their handlers, Sergeant Wojcik and Officer Goebel.
These dogs are different dogs than any other type of dogs. They want to work. Their intensity level is through the roof compared to any other dogs that you've ever met.
They were out here for a day and the kids really enjoyed the dogs. I mean, if I talk to the kids and ask them what part of the academy they like the most, I'd say the dogs ranked up there as one of the leading parts that they like the most.
Some of the things I enjoy are the canines.
Oh, is I'm going to use the wind to my advantage. Okay, the wind's kind of swirling a little bit around here.
I love the canines. I really love dogs.
Can I see? Let's see, what'd you find? What'd you find? Oh, that's a boy! Good boys! Good boys!
And what we did, we incorporated the dogs with the crime that we had them solve. So the dogs conducted a track, recovered some evidence, and the kids were able to also see some bite work that the dogs did.
If we're on track, as you saw what Nico did, he found an article on the track. That shirt had human odor on it, so I rewarded him with his toy because he found an article on the track. We could find that.
I want to thank the Shelby Township Fire Department for being out here as well. They're a big part of the Shelby Township Police Youth Academy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They're teaching first aid and CPR, and I know a lot of the kids are interested in learning first aid and CPR, and actually by the end of this course, they're going to be certified in CPR, and they're going to actually have a CPR card.
Today we did CPR, and that was interesting because you could save a life knowing how to do that.
I was excited to learn about all the different things that police officers do, and about how the canines work, and about how all the first aid and stuff.
You know, they get very competitive. You know, at first I think they were a little bit nervous, but I could see as the time's going on, the squads, the 3 different squads are very competitive. They're making sure to talk amongst themselves and not let the other squads hear them, what they're saying or what clues they might have picked up on. So it's very competitive, and they want to be the squad. Each squad wants to be the squad to finally figure out who did the crime.
The day of the crime, a money box was being delivered at the Shelby Township Activity Center. A man walked in and gave the front desk lady a note. The note said that he had a gun. Give me the money.
We found a surgical mask. The jeans were a size large to extra large. These were also slim. Underneath the jeans, we found a money holder that could hold $10,000. On top of the chair next to the bed, we found a McDonald's large drink that was half full of Coca-Cola. Finally, we found a pair of gray Supra men's size 8.5 shoes, which the shoes also matched our casting.
All in all, I think this case is closed and Liam Gabriel O'Brien Bauman is guilty.
I decided to come back because I wanted to help out, you know. I wanted to give the kids the same experience that I did, which, in all honesty, I think this year is even better than the one that I came to. They have, you know, more stuff. We've done drones. We did, in the back, we were doing paintball stuff. There is just more knowledge and more experience, especially since, you know, Officer Leslie, Officer Autumns, Sergeant Benedini, Officer O'Neill, and, you know, Officer Navi. Like, they know more. This is their second year doing it. They have more experience. They're doing amazing.
I think police officers are awesome, and they should really get paid more because they are saving lives every day.
Well, I know that they're here to protect us, and they do a lot for our community.
We need police because our society now can get crazy, and I mean, they are very helpful to us.
I think police officers, they are very nice people, and they help us a lot in our everyday lives, like no matter what we do.
It might just be 14 days, but it's still, you know, might just be 14 days a month that you do it, but it's 12-hour shifts. You might get called in overtime. It's hard work.
Left, left, right, left, left, left.
Platoon, right, face. 5 squad, forward, march. Follow me, left, 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 left.
We like it here, we love it here, we finally found a home.
Oh what?
A home.
Oh what?
A home away from home. Huh.
Yes, this is a priority of ours, connecting with our community, these fine young people. I went in to speak to them the other day, and I said, who wants to be a police officer? And about 3 or 4 of them raised their hand. And I said, who thinks they might want to be a police officer? And about another 3 or 4 hands went up. And then I said, who wants to come back as a squad leader? Every hand in the room shut up instantly. What does that tell you about the program? That tells me everything I need to know. The kids loved it. They had a great time. I want to wrap this up with a message to the children specifically. So I asked who wanted to be a police officer, and a few hands went up. Who would consider a few more hands? And that's great, because I don't want you to know what you want to do when you're 11 and 10 and 12 years old. I want you to figure out when you're older. You'll make a better decision that way. But one thing you did learn about is our 4 pillars, okay? Professionalism, preparedness, pride, and teamwork. And I know one of our officers talked to you about those 4 things, and you guys were engaging with them. And I want to tell you this, you can take those pillars, and you learn about them, and you practice them, and anything you go into in life, and you will succeed by being part of a great team, by having pride in what you do, by always being prepared, okay? Right or wrong, and being professional. And everyone knows what that means. So just always remember your experience in this youth academy, and remember those pillars. No matter what you do in life, I promise you they'll get you far. So congratulations to the kids. Thank you for coming, folks. I'm going to introduce it back over to Sergeant Benettini and let him wrap things up.
At the beginning of the academy, we told the students there's going to be 3 awards, 2 of which the instructors pick, and 1 other award that is voted on by their classmates. So I'm going to announce a class representative right now, and read what this award entails. The class representative candidate must show compassion to others, a commitment to his or her classmates, a strong desire to learn, excel in the academy, and have qualities to represent the class as a whole during and after the academy's completion. The recipient of this award will give the graduation speech on his or her behalf. The person is selected by their academy classmates. So we took a vote on the last 2 days ago, and I tabulated all the votes. It was very close. But the class representative for the 2nd Annual Youth Academy was Olivia Kupke.
Hi, my name is Olivia Kupke, and I would like to thank the officers and my classmates. Officer Fettig, Officer Heisler, Officer Labrosor, Officer Phelps, Officer O'Neill, and Sergeant Benettini. Thank you so much for all of your support and help. Thank you so much for this award too. In this academy, we learned what it was like to be a police officer. We learned about canine dogs, how to dust fingerprints, collect DNA, how to do CPR, the Heimlich, and more. But we also learned how to be on a team. The officers taught us that when you're on a team, nobody is dead weight. Everybody brings something to the table. And in this academy, the expectation level is high, but every single student passed that level. We always need to have each other's backs. Now we will use professionalism, teamwork, preparedness, and pride for the rest of our lives. Thank you.